Alright, and welcome to the first video I'm going to do on how I'm making and progressing with Mark of the Covenant, which is going to be my next big YouTuber led RPG. If you don't understand what I mean by that, it's rather than just doing a straight up fan game, basically what I like to do, like with Jack to the Future, is I make an RPG, but then I have YouTubers as the main characters. So it's kind of a fan game, kind of not. I mean, I don't know how to really describe it, because, you know, it's not like every single thing in it is a reference to them, so I can't really say that it's a fan game, but at the same time, they are in it. And they are in it because I like the work they do. So, kind of a fan game, kind of not. So basically what I'm going to be doing here, and this, you can take this as a tutorial if you like, is working on some of the maps. This is the big city, which is kind of going to be the central location. This game is going to be heavily inspired by the game Torment. If you've never played it, you probably should. And I don't want to go into too many details. It's going to be inspired a lot by Torment and other early RPGs that I played a lot when I was younger. So we've got kind of the entrance to the city, and you've got like some statuary going on and buildings and the town's fencing here. It's a nice town. Nice city. Too nice in some ways, but that's part of the story, and I'm not going to go into that. So basically, my goal here is to create basically my canvas, because that's how I like to do it, is that I'll start with, you know, I can kind of explain some of this stuff. So this is your starting location. It's just a simple outdoor area, part of a town that you're going to start off in. That's a story section. This is the town itself, or part of it, the part that you need to interact with. You know, because obviously it shows that the town continues on further this way, but you don't need to go to that area, so I'm not going to allow you to. Then there's the inn, the church. I've already taken care of some of that stuff. And we've got a forested section here, which is pretty big, which is kind of your first, not dungeon, but kind of a maze-like area that you'll have to navigate through early on. And then we've got the city. And I've made a park area for the city. A lot of the problem I find with RPG cities is that they have no personality. They're just really there to serve the hero in a way. That's all they're there for, is to provide shops and stuff. So that's one of the things that I've always thought was absolutely amazing about Torment. So I'm not going to just copy everything that's in Torment, but it is providing a lot of inspiration for me. And, you know, I like to do satire and parody, so there's going to be a lot of cliche quests and stuff in this, but it's done on purpose, just because they are cliche. But then there's going to be a lot of other stuff going on that should set this apart from the majority of RPGs. Because another thing about me is that I view everything as a learning experience. So that's one of the reasons why I like, you know, instead of just making a fan game, I'm making a full RPG. It's going to star Markiplier. It's going to have other RPG or other YouTubers in it, of course, in addition to a few original characters and some little known YouTubers that I've had interactions with. I'm not going to name names yet, but you know, just different people that I enjoy watching, not necessarily just the big names. And so kind of bringing this back on to the original point is that, so this is a learning experience for me. Every single game I've made so far, Jack to the Future, Cravenhurst Asylum, Klaus, although that was really just a one-off, but I did learn a few things while making it. And then this one. They're all kind of a progression to kind of getting to be, you know, almost the ultimate RPG that I personally could make in my own style. This might actually be it, but I don't know. There's other ways I can do things, other stories that I can tell, so it's not like this has to be the beat-all, end-all of my game-making career by any stretch of the imagination. But it's all a learning experience, and again, the original point was that this is kind of my canvas, is that I like to make interesting locations first. That's how I kind of have built up the way I've been doing things. Jack to the Future, it was real simple. A lot of the map areas were very simple and very basic, and then I populated them. Cravenhurst Asylum, I started off, I got a lot more in-depth with the map making and design and everything, and then I populated it. Klaus did the same thing. I made the maps first, and then I populated them. I knew where everything was going to a degree, but that's how I like to work. I make my canvases, and then I populate them. So this is the area that I'm just decided to work on, and I decided, what the hell, I'll do a video and show you how I like to do this stuff. So I can show you how I get this kind of layered effect, although it's not difficult. It's more or less just deciding how you want to do it. But I like doing this because this way it shows, you know, even these 4 buildings right here, there could be fuck all in these buildings. But they're there, and then there's these other buildings that you can't quite access. You know, like right here, there's these other houses and stuff that are right here. You can access these 2, but you can't get into these 2. Over here, you've got all these ones back here you can't access. Well, you can that one, but then there's this one that you can't access, and there's 4 others here. So it's just, it adds more depth and interest to the map, you know, to the city. It makes it look more interesting. So we're gonna start off here. Let me find something that, where are you? There it is. So this is gonna be kind of the admin area. So let me get onto the paint tool here. Let me just select one thing, yeah. And probably looks a little bit odd at that point. Need a corner right there and a corner right there. And see, already this is starting to take on some life. It's like, oh, that's what's going on here. So I'm going to do another corner right there, corner right there, and because the idea that this is the admin area. This is going to be like a palace or just administrative. Well, not really a palace. This is the Empire of Quinip, which is one of my own creations. It's one of my own worlds, so this is going to be the first time I've done an RPG in Quinip, in the Empire. Go ahead and save right quick. So this is going to be in the northern section. If you want to look it up, it's Chronicles of Quinip. It's spelled Q-U... Shit. No, that's not... And I can't just bring it up on this computer. Q-U... Damn it. Q-U-I... Is it A? God damn, it's been so long since I've actually looked at any of this shit. That's fucked up. I can't remember my own settings name properly. Damn. I say goddamn. That's fucked up. Alrighty. Well, hell. Hell's bells and bollocks. Oh. No. No. There we go. That does not look too bad. Quinip. It's Q-U-A-I, comma, not comma, apostrophe N-I-P. Quinip. Just go to my website, acidbathproductions.biz. It's on there. There's a map. This takes place in the northern area. Alright, so from this design, we probably would have like a courtyard area. Maybe some stables or something. Let me see what I can do here. Alright, I got it. So let's go with, say, kind of a wooden building. Now let's do a path first. Okay. I'll stick to the cobbles. Cloppity cloppity clop clop. Use this for easier. There we go. So now we've got that. Let's see. So right over here we can have... Whoa, way the hell out of bounds there. Does not need to be that big, but oh well. Easily remedied. And let's see here. And we've got stables. Let's see. Is there anything we can use that'll mark this as stables better? How about a water trough? Got a water trough somewhere in here? No. That would be too convenient. Well, there's one that does, but of course I don't have it on this map selection of maps. That bloody well figures. Might have to do some mods there. Well, we can get back to that crap later. So we've added some personality there. It's horse stables right there, and then of course the absolute irritating but nonetheless inescapable fact about these types of RPG games and using RPG Maker is that it's really hard to do any kind of building that points this way. Everything has to be in the front. So let's see, we want something that looks nice, something that's interesting. Let's do something like this. We can go, let's see. Yeah, stone. Stone's good. Big building. Big building. That isn't going to work, is it? Or will it? Yeah, it'll work. I just need to pull this forward. There we go. Alrighty, so that gives us a bit of an interesting building, interesting shape to it. And let's go ahead and put in a path. It'll be like right along here, probably. We'd want to go ahead and stick in a door. This is a nice place, so they're going to have a nice door. Yeah, screw it, just go with a regular door. It's a nice enough looking door. Then because so it doesn't just look like a big block, this is an important building. I wanted to have some gravitas. Not a church. That doesn't look quite right. Let's see. There we go. Then we can do something a little bit. That doesn't really work. That gives you an interesting looking building. We can go ahead and put in some chimneys. Of course, we have to remember where everything is on the outside so we can more or less duplicate it on the inside later. Because obviously this is a building that people are going to want to get into. So that's kind of an administrative building. Don't want to clutter this up too much. If you've ever actually seen places like this, they don't have a whole lot going on. You know, it's common for them to have these large lawn areas with not a whole lot to them. And of course we can have an NPC over here that's asking about horses, so they get, oh, it's a stables, okay. Just something like a bucket right there. And let's see. Might want to go ahead and stick in a building right over here someplace. But again, we got the big lawn. Probably do some garden features over here, but maybe have like a small palace or something. Or not a palace, but, well, yeah, kind of a palatial building of sorts. And we've got the tools here to do it. Maybe an old castle, like a holdover from the olden days. Because one of the things about Quanip is that it's actually kind of a modern fantasy world. It's still fantasy, but a bit more modern. So let's say we'll go ahead and do this. Use this particular arrangement. Four towers. Oops. And I'm probably doing this wrong. Let's see here. What is this section? Oh. Okay. Alright, I see what I'm doing wrong here. I haven't really done a castle before. I did, kind of, but it didn't look that great. So let's see, I could use... I really kind of need something stony, obviously. Preferably something that looks a bit old. So basically just make a big box. It's a castle, it's a big box. And now we're learning together. This is fun. I like doing this sort of stuff. Okay, so we need... Do we need here? Oh, that doesn't look right at all. Wait, is that... That's a wall, so this would be the ceiling, or the top of it. That's a problem. Some of this, the 2D design stuff, can get real difficult trying to figure out exactly what the hell it is you're trying to do. See, that's not going to work. That doesn't look right either. That does not look right at all. Maybe I was doing it right the first time. Put the towers in first. Alrighty. So, from there, what the hell would we put in next? That's the real question. Can I go ahead and use this? And is that as kind of the front? Obviously, I would need to fill this part in. Then put the top back on. Yeah, that don't look right at all. It looks weird. Ouch. Well, I suppose the top doesn't look horrible. Maybe if I do it like this. Ah, now we're getting somewhere. Aha! So, use the square tool, that'll make it easier. So we got a big square here. And we'd want to put these, it'd be a bit more like this. And then that, and there, that looks a bit better. Looks a bit more like towers. And you can do this bit right here, and that's where it all gets fucked. Well, that's not too bad. Just smaller. Do like that. There we go. That's not too bad. It's a little bit derpy. Maybe if I did it like this. No. No. I don't know. And then put the... Yeah, that's it. That's the ticket. There we go. Figured the sumbitch out. So, it's still kind of a derpy looking castle. Let's go ahead and... Whoa, shit. Bit more of a... Actually, it makes no sense whatsoever to have windows on that side. They'd be on the other side. So there we go. We've got ourselves a castle now. And it's kind of a holdover from the olden days. Could probably expand this just a little bit. Am I clicking on the wrong thing here? Yeah. Oh, that does kind of screw up the perspective just a little bit, doesn't it? Damn. No, it probably works. But again, it's kind of a derpy looking castle. Not the best thing I could probably make, but not too bad. Maybe if I used a different wall. Oh, no. The only real problem is that the towers don't really fit the wall, but then I suppose if I went with this stone right here, maybe. But that's more of an evil castle look. I know you can't see it over here. Don't worry about it. But this gives us like something decorative. Then we can work on some lawns over here. Kind of look like the park a bit. But ornamental garden features were really big. So nothing wrong with this at all. And let's see, how about some very, very well maintained trees. There we go. Maybe something just a little bit bigger down here. There we go. So there you go. That's how you can take a big green space and turn it into something that looks a lot nicer. Let me go ahead and work with a little bit more of these things. Might have lamp over here, lamp over here, and of course that's going to get rid of the hedge, so I can't really do that. But we can have them out on the side of the building here. Have, well, Yeah, that'll work. Of course, it's going to be all that newfangled electricity. Light the way. And you see, it's just taking this space that was blank and then filling it up with interesting looking things. And then later, go back and make the insides. And it's like magic. Only real. So there we go. Plenty of light. Nice looking building. That really looks kind of like something. I don't know about the roofing though. That might be a little bit off. But it's like an old country manor house that's been converted in, this city has built up around it, and now we have this nice manor house that's the admin building, and we've got a really big, nice, beautiful park. And we've got, this is the entrance area, and of course this is only going to be a few of the maps, because like I said, I'm kind of basing this off of Torment, which is really at one city. Sigil is the main focus of that game. Most of the action and story takes place in one city, but it's made up of a bunch of different map areas, so I'm kind of doing something similar here. Although we will be going to many different places in this one, it's just that they're really going to be focused around this central area. So, and this is in the north, as I said, so I think that's more than enough for this video. Gone over 30 minutes. I hope you found that interesting, and if you're working on doing your own RPG Maker games, informative on how you can get some more mileage out of your maps, your cities. Because really, doing a good city in an RPG game with like RPG Maker or any whatever you're using to make it, I think just making it look interesting and filling it up. So there's more there than just the shops and NPCs that they have to talk to for quests, So thanks for watching. This has been Ryan Acidheads Murphy talking about the process behind Mark of the Covenant, my next game. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.